All right, welcome to Global Politics on the Map. Global politics and global affairs can get quite messy. Thank God we got a map. Let's go. This is September 21st, and we have huge news coming out of Russia. Mobilization. Here it comes. Now, on this channel, what we're going to do is we're going to leverage maps and different news sources and statistics and all of that stuff to understand what exactly is going on around the world. All right, let's first start with this. This is Live Map UA. I've been using this map since about 2014 to see what's been going on in Ukraine, and now we can use it to identify different events that's going on in the Armenian-Azerbaijani conflict, the Kyrgyzstan-Tajik conflict, as well as obviously Ukraine and Russia. So we'll be using this. Deep State map is also a good map to complement the Live UA map. But let's go ahead and dig into the current events for today. Here it is. Putin calls up more troops for his war effort. It's projected that they can leverage up to 300,000 more troops. Now, these are reserves, a little bit different than American reserves, right? These are not currently trained soldiers. They are aged soldiers. They are soldiers that have been former conscripts, former soldiers that, they could be out of service for a year, 5 years, 25 years. All right, they're not like our part-time active duty reservists here in the United States, that spend every other weekend, 1 weekend a month training to keep their skills up to date. Whether these soldiers are going to be trained before sent to battle, who knows? I'm not very optimistic about that from their standpoint, right? They're probably going to be handed a rifle and sent into battle, or maybe they'll be leveraged as more of a logistical role, support units to help the war effort. We don't know yet. So far, Russia has been mainly using conscripts and mercenaries, right? And they've lost a lot. There have been a lot of casualties. Conservative estimates are around 30,000. More favorable, Ukrainian favorable estimates of Russian losses are over 50,000. So they're hurting. They need more soldiers in battle. All right, let's continue. They are going to try and replenish using some of their Syrian soldiers, or their soldiers in Syria. Now, it has been speculated that they have pulled actual Syrian soldiers into battle in Ukraine. There's some proof of that, but it's kind of anecdotal. It is interesting also to note that Ukraine also has UN peacekeeping troops that they have been trying to pull out of their UN contract, or however that works. I think that finally went through. I think their term as UN peacekeepers has finally ended, and they're going to be sent back to Ukraine now. Now, it's interesting, with this mobilization, there has been a quiet mobilization going on in the occupied areas. The Kherson Oblast, right? Kherson, Zaporizhzhia Oblast, Donetsk Oblast, and Luhansk Oblast. They've all been quietly mobilizing men there. But it seems that Russia needs even more, right? With this counteroffensive, there's been a lot of territory lost by the Russians and regained by the Ukrainians. And politically, this has been really hard on Putin so far. So I can see why he feels the need for some sort of a mobilization. But this is not a full mobilization, according to the Russian constitution. This is just some sort of loophole, I feel, that they're using to get more troops into Ukraine. All right, what kind of effect has this had? This has crashed the Russian stock market. There's been a 10% drop. And as you can see, these are all Russian-owned companies that are traded on the Russian stock market. And 10%, 6.5%, 11, 12, they're taking a hit right now. Let's take a look at oil, right? There was some speculation at the beginning of the day that oil would actually benefit, that somehow Russia, especially the Russian oil-based companies, the neft companies, would benefit. However, my feeling is that on this, because the war has been taking place for so long, any kind of shocks to the market have actually already been calculated into the market. So as you can see currently, the November crude prices, they're actually down, right? They're not spiking up like they had in pre-market trading. And this is because logistics and supply chains and different partnerships, they've already adjusted to this, right? If you were buying Russian oil before, you've already transitioned to somebody else. If you're India or China, you've already got that sweet deal to have Russian oil. And so that's why there's not that big of an effect on the oil markets. This is going to be important. This first, the war, right? You had a mass exodus of Russians out of Russia into areas like Kazakhstan, into Georgia, if they could, abroad into Europe. Of course, that's going to be their primary choice. But this is going to make things even worse, right? I've seen some sources say that there have been spikes in plane tickets out of Russia. Anybody who wants to, can afford to leave Russia, they're leaving. They don't want to be mobilized. They know that they're just going to become cannon fodder for Putin. And this is an exacerbation of an ongoing problem. Look, current net migration rate from Russia in 2022 has been 0.74 per thousand, right? That is a 14.5% decline in migration. They are losing Russians. Russia is losing Russians like crazy. Not only are they dying in Ukraine, but they are leaving to avoid dying in Ukraine. I think in future videos, we'll dig deeper into other conflicts. I want you all to let me know. How do you like my analysis? Do you want me to include videos? Do you want me to include statistical analyses? We can go into other areas of the world. Let me know. I hope you all like this. Subscribe, leave a comment below. What do you guys think? All right. See you next time. Bye.